It's almost Christmas, y'all, but the season can last year long because it's dad season year long at orcacoolers.com. If you use code DADSEASON, you will save 20% off your whole order. That comes to a lot when you're getting a cooler or a tumbler, whatever it is. Be the envy of other dads in your neighborhood. Get a roto-molded cooler or these awesome tumblers. They even have one that looks like a whiskey barrel. Use code DADSEASON, save 20% at orcacoolers.com. Today's show is also sponsored by our friends at Action247.com, Tennessee's only sports book by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. There's a whole lot of stuff going on this week. I think football is happening every single day. Check out what's going on at Action247.com. Follow their socials. Use code DADS100. They will match up to $800 of your deposit up until the Super Bowl. That's crazy. There's Christmas Eve special bets. There's Christmas Day special bets. There's a Tighten Up in Thursday Night Football special bet. So much going on. There's always a Friday deposit boost. Check them out. Get in on the action at Action247.com. Use code DADS100.
So over Thanksgiving, I was kind of bored tonight looking for something to watch on the tube, I stumble on to, a movie you quote from a lot, and I don't remember that much. I've seen it, but, it never soaked into me. Get Him to the Greek. I'm like, I'm going to watch this. Is this really as funny as Edwards quotes it, or
when do I
who's off here?
When do I quote Get Him to the Greek?
I think it's fairly common. I mean, it's not like your go-to lines, but
No.
there's at least a show every 2 to 3 months where you'll throw something in there about Get Him to the Greek.
No, I don't.
Just recently, you quoted the song that's in there. I made some reference to it. I swear you did.
What, the furry walls?
See, there you go.
I didn't do it on this show.
Really?
I promise you.
Where was it then? 'Cause I feel like you cited it's in like your top 10 of movies to throw out lines from.
Absolutely not. It would be like Top Gun, Forrest Gump, Big Lebowski, Shawshank Redemption. It is far down on the list. I would quote Rocky IV before I quoted Get Him to the Greek.
Well, maybe we'll get some user or listener feedback on this and see who they want to agree with. We'll throw it out there for shits and giggles. How's that?
I mean, there's who they want to agree with, and then there's the truth. Like, I have the tape. I can go to the tape. I don't think I have ever quoted Get Him to the Greek.
Way too many episodes for you to go through all those by this point. Jesus.
Well, they're all in my head Rolodexed because I listened to them all about 10 times.
Hell.
So you watched Get Him to the Greek. Did you like a movie that was made past 2001?
So I did watch it, and it was about where I thought it was. It was kind of sort of funny. It had its moments. I think the line you should use more is the Jeffrey line, though. Sometimes I feel like the show could be a Jeffrey.
You think the show could be a Jeffrey?
Every now and then.
I mean, when the world gives you a Jeffrey, touch the furry walls, and then there we go, ding, that's the first time I've ever quoted Get Him to the Greek.
The one thing I really did take away from it, though, is I feel like when we created this podcast, you got thrown a Jeffrey, as in me, and now you're just kind of stuck with the damn thing.
No, I feel like you are more Aldous Snow, and I am Jonah Hill. I don't even know Jonah Hill's character's name, and I feel like every single show I'm trying to get you to the Greek, and you're going your own way. I don't even think you're a Jeffrey. You're Aldous.
Kind of on the same lines. We'll go with that. But folks, let us know if you've also heard John use Get Him to the Greek lines in previous shows. Thank you very much.
And any girls that want to date Zeke Baker, please send me a resume. I'm still trying to do this Zeke Baker dating show.
And a resume is way too much. We just need like 3 pictures and 2 things about
No,
them.
but I don't even care what they look like. I mean, that's not the thing. The thing is for you to find love. It's not for you to have to look at pictures.
And I found love at the bottom of a bottle of Beam.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards. With me, as always, is Zeke Baker. Together, we make the Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us a part of your day. Thank you for bearing with us for that was probably the longest cold open we ever did. Before I cut it down, it was over 4 minutes. So I don't know what the end product is going to be, but I hope you're ready. Giddy up, y'all. So Aldous, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I made it into the playoffs for the fantasy team. Even better after leading the entire season, but with my now somewhat injured team limping along still. I managed to slip into second place this final week, which is ideal so that I still get the bye. But the kicker is we've had this league since '04. Me and the guys I went to school with. Never has the number one team going into the playoffs won the league. So I didn't want to possibly jinx myself with that. So I managed to slide down a notch, still get the bye. I ain't got to worry about a team this upcoming week. And then we'll see what happens.
So are you saying when people thought you were going down, 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 you're coming up?
I've been lucky on the waiver wire this year. Or not waiver, but just pickups and stuff. And if for anyone following along, my buddy that I was trying to make sure got in the playoffs by benching my team, and I got overruled by the commissioner. He still made it. Thank you all. We're doing good here.
So he's good, you're good?
Yep.
100%, as I was thinking, because you just didn't realize I threw in another Get Him to the Greek reference with...
Oh, I had enough suspicion and knowledge to figure that's what it was. I just like also going along with my theme of that. I mean, it just wasn't that memorable.
No, but I just realized what you got it confused with because I needed to translate for a second. Sometimes when we're talking, I can't translate. We all know Zeke hears me, but he doesn't hear me. He hears what he wants to hear when I say something. There is a movie that is the precursor to Get Him to the Greek that I quote a lot. I think you were getting Get Him to the Greek confused with Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I will quote Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and Aldous Snow is in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and that is Russell Brand's character.
Is that really a prequel, though? I mean, they don't really go hand in hand other than the similar character.
Well, it is the exact same character. But
I know, but there's just nothing else about it. And what he does or his role isn't really the same either.
Well, I mean, he is the same character, and it was a spin-off. It's a spin-off movie. It's not a precursor, but they enjoyed Aldous Snow so much they wanted to give him his own movie.
I see that. I don't know. I just wouldn't call it a prequel. I don't think it.
It's not a I said precursor.
Oh.
I was basically, it's not a prequel, it's a precursor.
But I like that more. That was funnier. But yeah, I probably don't remember quotes from that either, really.
That one is a hell of a lot funnier. But we are drinking tonight King's Family Distillery in Sevierville, Tennessee. It's right near Dollywood, y'all. Great place to go. And Cara is running the show down there. This is batch 2 of King's Family Distillery bourbon whiskey finished in a honey barrel. It is 57.8 ABV, 115.6 proof. Not a lot here on age, but most of their stuff is all over 4 years. We know it was bottled by King's Family Distillery, distilled in Indiana. It's 2 episodes in a row. We got some Indiana stuff coming to a place in Tennessee. Now, the difference with this one, Zeke, is the price tag on it is $125. What did you think about this whiskey?
Ooh, 125 clams. There you go.
I have a thing about that I will mention, but I will let us get through here first.
Sure. No, yeah. I didn't want to jump the bee. Initially, I thought it had a pretty solid kick. You definitely can tell this is a cask strength product. That is for sure. It had the honey's kind of more of an undertone, I thought, as it moved across the palate. The kick definitely led the charge the entire way through. I did think finish-wise, it had a really nice, subtle, like just natural honey linger. But, honey's, I wouldn't say it's played out or maybe even overdone because people are still selling it left and right. So you can't fault anyone for doing it. But there's definitely more than a few SKUs out there and different companies all doing these types of releases now. Some of them, I mean, we've talked about it on the side in other chats. It almost seems like somebody's taking the bear with the little yellow top from Kroger's or whatever and just squirting some in there. I mean, they even have people like post pictures of bottles where they could see it separated out. Like, come on, man. But I'm not saying that about this product. Most importantly, I thought the finish, like I said, it was definitely the very earthy, almost kind of medicinal, slightly bitter that you would expect from a real honey product.
Yeah, whatever it is, it has that real raw honey taste to it, especially on the finish where you were talking about that. It's not like processed or over, like when you get honey and you feel like people added sugar to it, like it's sweeter than. Oh, yeah. This is that. It's the good stuff. Like, they basically...
If it's liqueur sweet, you're like, I didn't really want liqueur here, bud.
Yeah, like they just took this straight from the hive and put it in.
The only thing I really thought, and, we've been around some of these, projects and seen them work, and, it really is quite daunting how much havoc the honey wreaks on the barrel. You'd think this would be something that would be easy to do, and it's honestly not. But I do wonder if they might have pulled this just a little bit early. And I know the tide can turn pretty quick on that, but I feel like if, there'd have been another, 15% more honey into the profile, it would be, almost in like the sweet spot, no pun intended, as far as the balance.
But I still do think this is a great product. I think it's a great tasting whiskey.
Yeah, I'd rather it be under than overdone.
100%. And I think it also, we know how much the honey can dry out a barrel. So I'd rather you pull earlier than later and then lose a shit ton of it.
Yeah.
But
I see it. I just, for speculation's point, I do wonder, because I don't think it was quite right in that, just center cut, so to speak, of where you'd want it to be.
I mean, I could see that. My biggest problem with honey releases is that when you put that sweetness in there, or you put the honey in there, like no longer is something I'm really like, it's a crusher at that point. When you finish in honey, and this is the problem I have with honey all along, because brands charge a premium for a honey cask finish, and there's nothing about it that makes me want to sit there and sip it and keep it around for a very long time. Like, honey cask finish goes down so easy that I can't justify paying over $100 for it.
Yeah, it's tough. And, and it's also, a give and take, because with what the honey brings and what it overpowers, I wouldn't say probably any of the honey products I've had would I consider them complex.
No, nothing about it. I mean, the tasting notes here.
That's not picking on this or anybody else's, just saying generally, I don't remember a honey finished product that was complex, so to speak. Do you?
No, it's all of them. It's every single one of them. It's sweet. It's bourbon with sweet. Even if it's a raw sweet, like the honey is sweet, even raw honey is sweet. It is very easy. It's a very easy drinker. It just goes down easy. I know I just said that word twice in a row, but like so it's not complex and it's not simple either. It's just not complex in flavor, and it goes down easy. There's nothing about that I want to spend, especially the people that spend $750 for it are trading B-tax for it, on secondary. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. This one's got like the Belle Meade notoriety.
No. Not a distillery you're thinking of. I'm just saying in general, where people go for honey finishes.
Okay.
I
got you. I haven't followed the boards much lately, so I never know. I don't know. I mean, this one definitely got enough kick where I couldn't mow it down, so to speak. It makes me pump the brakes a little. A bit of a random tangent, but something that did pop in my head is, thinking about how, I guess, relevant or leading honey finishes have become in the whiskey world. How in the hell is Wild Turkey American honey not taken off? I mean, they were doing that forever ago. It's still on the shelf. I mean, I know it's slightly different, but it's still, if everybody loves this honey stuff so much, I don't know why they wouldn't sell the shit out of it.
You would think.
I mean,
it is more cost effective to get Wild Turkey American honey than some of these other ones. If you're in Sevierville, or if you can get it online and you have discretionary income, you're not going to be disappointed. I like the rawness of the honey. I do like that I can't mow it down. I like that it makes me think a little bit more than some of the other stuff. And I'm a fan. I just don't want to spend that much for it.
I'm with you. How many products are they up to in the line? I mean, I've seen King County out for a minute, or King's Family out for a minute now. And I've seen some places doing picks. I feel like I just haven't taken the time on my own to look in and see, exactly how much they've grown or what all their offerings are.
I haven't counted all of them. I know there's a Tennessee bourbon, a regular bourbon, a wheated bourbon. There's the single barrel select 14-year. There's rye conic. There's regular rye. There's blended whiskey. There's an apple whiskey, a blackberry whiskey, a peach whiskey, 3 vodkas and a gin, and then a moonshine. And then I know there's more bourbon and rye because it doesn't even list the honey stuff on the page.
Oh, they've got a lot going on then.
They do.
I have to look up this peach thing. I'm a sucker for those.
We'll find a way to get you some, but I would just say at the end of the day, this is great whiskey. If you have $125 or stomach it a little bit more than I do, go ahead and get you one. My glass is waiting for you to give me a pour.
I'm good. I just in general, I haven't loved a lot of the honey stuff that's been coming out, ever since it started 2 or 3 years ago. That being said, I've tasted more than a few of them over the years, and know what people perceive to be the good ones kind of thing. I think this falls right in that wheelhouse. So if you don't want to go on secondary and spend even more buku's amounts of money, I think this would be a great fill-in.
Agreed. And I want to thank the good folks over at King's for giving us this sample at no cost. You can find us on Facebook at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, Twitter at Bourbon Dads, Instagram at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Please leave us an open, honest review like we leave open, honest reviews about the whiskey we drink. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Good old Nashville, Tennessee.
Cheers.
Ciao.